Alright guys, so this is going to be a quick video. I'm going to talk about some waterfowl, bird fleshers, or I guess you could use them for upland too, but I primarily mess with ducks. But these are two bird fleshers that I got. I just got this one a couple days ago. It's one of those new angles, and this is my homemade one. I'm going to go over a couple things about that. This homemade one is pretty rough. It worked for a bunch of birds that I did. It's a shaded pole or a vent fan for like a bathroom. I ordered it off a Granger. It's 1/15 horsepower, 1600 RPMs, and they say you want to stay around 1500 RPMs. But yeah, so all it is one of those, and as hood as it is, I just took a picture, just like a sweet tea pitcher or whatever, and I cut it out to make a little shield so you don't get, fat flinging all over the place. But other than that, it's just strapped to something heavy. This is just an old ammo spam can from an old Russian rifle that I had. I just filled it up with some heavy stuff. Doesn't have ammo in it or anything like that. But as far as the wheel, like I said, I mean, this is a picture right here. That's just something heavy to strap it to. It's band clamped. It's about the right height so you can get a duck up underneath of it. And but as far as the wheel assembly goes, right here, this is I actually ordered this from Taxidermy, and it worked out pretty good because my shaded pole motor right here was a 1/2-inch drive, and this is what I ended up getting, was this Taxidermy wire wheel assembly, the wheel and the arbor, and that's what that is. And it worked out really good. Like I said, the only issue I have with it is this particular motor, I guess it's supposed to have a fan on it, meaning like this is supposed to go, like I said, in a shaded pole where there would be a fan on this side and it would have air constantly flowing through it. If you look, I've actually, where I have it drilled off, I'm kind of capping off both sides of, I guess where it will get airflow for the motor. This thing only runs for about 20 minutes before it goes into thermal overload. So that's kind of the reason I ended up buying this new angle one, was because I could only run it for about 15-20 minutes before it would completely cut off and start smelling funky. I did find a way around that. Once again, it's kind of redneck, but I was taking this pet air dryer that I bought for drying my ducks out, and I was strapping it to there, so it was, and then just cut it on the lowest setting, and it was kind of cooling it. But once again, that it's loud. It's not really the way that I should have been. So I ended up breaking down and buying one of these new angle fleshers, and I haven't done a duck on it yet, but I just broke the wheel in, and it seems pretty good. It's actually really simple. I'm really happy about how heavy duty it feels. It's definitely, this bottom plate, I guess, is about like 1/4-inch steel plate. It's definitely a lot heavier than I thought. It's not gonna tip over or anything like that. As far as the wheel though, when I got the wheel was really rough. I mean, this kind of looks like, I don't know, something you get from Harbor Freight. It'll work. It feels a lot stiffer than this wheel right here. And nobody ever told me. I kind of had to figure out for myself why I kept cutting holes in birds, that you got to break these wheels in. But this particular wheel I just got done breaking in. But yeah, you just get, like I said, a piece of metal bent up like that, and it's actually kind of funny. It comes with the motor for this new angle flesher in a separate box, and and it comes with a band clamp too. All you do is just band clamp it to the frame. So I guess it'd be pretty easy if you wanted to make one, but I plan on doing a lot of ducks, so I just figured I might as well get the right thing. But touching on conditioning these wheels though, like I said, it's something I wish somebody would have kind of went over with me, but they never really did. So the first few birds I had a lot of sewing up that I had to do. But what I mean by conditioning that wheel is see, this wheel's already been done But when you first get the wheel, like maybe that little piece right there could probably be trimmed up. But you need to go through and make sure your wheel doesn't have any wires. I had some sticking all the way down to here. So what I end up doing is I'll go through and I'll slowly rotate it, and I'll just take a pair of dikes, diagonal cutters, and I'll just trim up all the ones that are kind of sticking up a little bit too far. And then once you got it pretty good, what you'll end up doing is you'll cut the flesher on. And then some people were saying that they use like a grinding stone or anything like that. I didn't have that, so I just used a cheap file that I got, and what I'd do is I'd touch the file to it, and I'd work it back and forth until I got the wheel pretty straight. Because beforehand, it was pretty jagged, and you can see there's a couple little pieces that I probably need to go back and trim up. But this wheel spins really true now. Like I said, I don't really like how stiff the wheel is compared to this is a really soft wheel, and I've done like maybe it's because I've just worked more on it. But kind of the goal that you're going for is for one of these, like on this, is you don't want it to mess your birds up, so you don't want it to be too harsh. I mean, this one you can touch it. It's not gonna hurt you or anything like that. It ain't gonna cut you open. This one I got from New Angle though, like I said, when I first got it, it was jagged. So I had to do quite a bit of trimming just to get it right. But it's good now. The only other thing I kind of don't like about this, and I could do the same thing that I did with this homemade one, is I kind of put one of those, you know, old lamp switches on it so I can cut it on and off. But now this New Angle one is kind of cut and dry. I mean, they put a plug on it, but you plug it in and she's going, which I mean, I guess it's good. It's less things that could potentially go wrong. I mean, you plug it in and it's going. And I haven't load tested it yet, but I would imagine this one isn't gonna cut off on me every 20 minutes like that one right there. So this particular motor happens to be a lot more ventilated. You could actually see through the motor, so I'd imagine it's not gonna overheat like this other one. But yeah, if you're looking for one of these New Angle ones, it seems like pretty good. It's kind of pricey. They're like $200 and some change, but I'm looking forward to it, especially like I said, not having to really deal with that one as so much. But yeah, just want to give you all a little rundown, show you that New Angle flesher, and talk about my homemade bird flesher, and kind of about what you need to do when you first get one of these. I mean, I don't think that there's anything special about these wheels. In fact, I think you could go to Harbor Freight and get one, but I mean, this one supposedly is made for doing birds, but I got it pretty conditioned now. One of the things that I was doing to check it was I was just taking an old 2x4 that I use sometimes for mounting birds, and when I first got the flesher, if you look at these pieces right here, that's what it was doing. I'd cut the flesher on, and I'd, you know, touch it up to this 2x4 and kind of see what it was doing, and it was really messing it up. If I'd have put a bird on it, it would have shredded it. So I ended up, like I said, cutting it a little bit, running this on there for a couple minutes, this file, and smoothing it out. And the end result was I got more like that. And I can't really see if that looks good on the camera, but when you run your finger across it, it is a lot better. And I actually ended up, I compared it to this one, which is, this wheel's tried and true. This wheel, you got to really do something. You got to really try to mess a bird up or cut a hole in a bird doing that. But I compared it to me running it on this one, and they're pretty equal. So I'm excited to see how it does. Hopefully it's a good investment. But anyway, that'd be it.